Yes, thank you. There's too much violence in our schools. Let us put my topic today is about prayer in schools. There is keeping prayer in school. There's too much violence in our schools. So I'm talking to you today about how to get prayer back into our schools. Our students are being bullied. There's violence and students are dropping out. And there's evidence that there is a need for divine protection for our young people. School prayer has been an issue in the U.S. since the 20th century. In the 18th, 19th, and 20th century, schools customarily open with prayer. And you can, if you would go to us.com, you will see exactly what I'm talking about, where the amendments were all signed. There was a young girl that I knew that was in school, and she was bullied by people, and this little girl wanted to leave school. She was just very afraid to be at school because of school violence. Prayer was taken out of school. Violence came into school. People became violent, and students lost respect for their teachers. They talk to their teachers any kind of way, and they do not do what they're supposed to do at school anymore. They do not study. They're not passing school. They're dropping out of school because there's no divine order in the schools. And it's, having prayer out of the school schedule, it may have been a selfish act for our congressmen and other people, but there were serious repercussions there. And the repercussions, they're irreversible. The things that happens to our children and all the violence. Remember Columbine, where the students went in and shot up the school? No doubt there was prayer. No prayer in that school. Today I would like to give you some information about prayer and how do we prevent violence in schools. Prayer in our school, how it strengthens moral character. Teaching students how to be honest, how to, be hard workers, how to want to have better in life. And a relationship. If we have a relationship with God, it does not compromise, things that will happen in our life. But it does offer resources for mitigating it. Okay, in the book of Psalms, discomforting emotions and negative experience are surrendered to God as in the stuff of prayer. And when I talk about the book of Psalms, I'm talking about King David. He often supplicated to God about things. There were people that hated him, people that didn't like him. People always wanted to kill King David for some reason. And he always lifted up his arms in prayer. And the prayer in school strengthens moral character. Our young people in America faces the crisis of character. Prayer helps students to get to know the good, love the good, and to do the good. It is clearly the task of parents, our schools, our clergies, and our church to re-engage the hearts and minds of our children in forming their character. School dropouts diminish with prayer. Dropouts diminish because students are educated in schools where they can make friends with children from other races and from other spiritual and Christian backgrounds. There are 3 ways to get prayer back in school, and you'll be so excited to learn about these. We write our legislatures, our representatives that we vote into office, and tell them how serious it is, what the dangers of not having school prayer in our schools. Right. Prayer. One other way is for us to just pray. Pray, Lord, please, some kind of way, divinely put prayer back into school. And our parents and our teachers and our clergy, our pastors, they need to focus on the basic needs of our children. And we need to come together and come to a conclusion. What can we do to make life better for our children? Prayer back in school. Our students spend 90% of their time in school and only about 10% at home with us. Now, at home, we're praying with them, and they spend that 90% at school. Okay, for our summary today. Today, we've learned about prayer in school, prevent school violence. We've learned that prayer in school strengthens moral character. We learned that prayer in school diminishes school dropouts. And I want to challenge you today. to write your congressmen, your legislators, and tell them the repercussion, how serious it is that we must have prayer back in school. And also, I challenge you to the importance of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Thank you, and have a great evening.